700 years of ancient alien sightings, medieval UFO encounters, in other words. Throughout ancient history, UFO sightings have been recorded in various parts of the world. These unexplained aerial phenomena raise a question about the existence of extraterrestrial life beyond the exosphere, and for many years, various attempts have been taken by the mainstream media to diminish the importance of UFOs and try to create the public belief that UFOs are part of some form of an elaborate hoax. Nevertheless, UFOs have been reported throughout history, from prehistoric times up until the present day. And there are certainly other prehistoric rock paintings which bear a similarity to images painted centuries later in the 16th century Sumer Triumph Tapestry, and which are also tied in closely with modern-day UFO accounts. Another intriguing account of cave paintings that depicts ancient aliens is the Aboriginal cave paintings of the Wangina spirits. Nevertheless, prehistoric paintings and rock arts can be ruled out by mistaking them as comets, stars, or planets in the sky, but there are several accounts from the last 700 years that hint at possible UFO encounters. The UFO that saved Nichiren, the great Buddhist reformer Nichiren, 1222 to 1282 AD, avoided execution due to the appearance of a UFO that appeared in the sky like the full moon. Perhaps the first official investigation of a UFO sighting occurred in Japan in 1235 AD when Nichiren was only 13 years old. As for the second one, he was about to be executed and beheaded at Tatsunochuki, Kamakura, Japan in 1271, when there appeared an object like a full moon in the sky. The officials panicked and abandoned the execution, and the famous monk survived another 11 years. Silvery disc over Bayland Abbey in England. William of Newburgh, 1136 to 1198 AD, an English chronicler who is remembered as the author of one of the most valuable historic works on 11th and 12th century England. The Chronicle of William of Newburgh tells that in 1290, in Bayland Abbey in Yorkshire, that's northern England just south of the Scottish border, the abbot and monks were at a meal when a flat, round, shiny, silvery object flew over the abbey and caused the utmost terror. And then we have in Kyoto, Japan, March 7, 1458 in Kyoto, Japan, in the Taikaiki Chronicle of Medieval Japan, there is mention of 5 stars, quote unquote, that appeared over Japan. They circled the moon, changed colors 3 times, and then disappeared. The citizens of Kyoto were so distressed by this event that they ran and hid, expecting the arrival of horrible disasters. November 1st, 1461, in Arras, France, a hovering object. Jacques de Clercq, legal advisor to Philip III, writes, "On this day of our Lord, All Saints' Day, November 1st, there appeared in the sky an object as bright as burning steel, as long and wide as half of the moon. It was stationary for 15 minutes. Suddenly, the strange object began to spiral upwards, and then it spun around and rolled over like a loose watch spring, after which it disappeared in the sky." The light seen by Christopher Columbus on October 11, 1492, in Guanahani, Bahamas. Christopher Columbus and a crew member saw a light alternating going higher and lower. The actual passage reads as follows. The land was first seen by a sailor called Rodrigo de Triana, although the admiral at 10 o'clock that evening, standing on the quarterdeck, saw a light, but so small a body that he could not affirm it to be land. Calling to Pero Gutierrez, broom of the king's wardrobe, he told him he saw a light and bid him look that way, which he did and saw it. He did the same to Rodrigo Sanchez of Segovia, whom the king and queen had sent with the squadron as controller, but he was unable to see it from his situation. The admiral again perceived it once or twice, appearing like the light of a wax candle moving up and down, which some thought an indication of land, but the admiral held it for certain that land was near, for which reason, after they had said the Salve Regina, which the seamen are accustomed to repeat and chant after their fashion, the admiral directed 103 of them to keep a strict watch upon the forecastle and look out diligently for land, and to him who should first discover land, he promised a silken jacket, besides the reward which King and Queen had offered, which was an annuity of 10,000 maravedis. The Nuremberg UFO sighting of 1561. On April 14, 1561, a horrific incident occurred in Nuremberg, in Germany, of course, that became one of the unexplained sightings in history. Several residents saw numbers of objects in various shapes, cylindrical, spherical, triangular, in the sky during the sunrise between 4 and 5 a.m. They described the scene as a dogfight. The objects flew across the sky, and some eyewitnesses claimed to have seen a black triangular object before hearing a distinctive crash coming from the outer regions of the city. And then the 1566 aerial combat over Basel, Switzerland. That's 5 years after the Nuremberg UFO sighting. In Basel, Switzerland, a large number of black spheres were flying all over the sky. They appeared to be fighting one another. This battle was witnessed by hundreds of people. Describing this activity, a newspaper article written by Samuel Cocius said, "Many became fiery and red, ending by being consumed and vanishing." December 5th, 1737, in Sheffield, England. In Sheffield, England, astronomer Thomas Short describes the following: a dark red cloud, below which was a luminous body which emitted intense beams of light. The light beams moved slowly for a while and then stopped. Suddenly it became so hot that I could take off my shirt even though I was out of doors. A similar object appeared on the same day over Romania. In the afternoon, an object only described as a symbolic form, blood red in color, appeared from the west. After remaining in the sky for 2 hours, it split into two parts and shortly joined again and went backwards to the west. Shape-shifting UFO seen over British skies in 1783. August 18, 1783, a luminous object was seen in the sky around 9:45 p.m. by 4 witnesses from the terrace of Windsor Castle in the English country of Berkshire. Many people across the English county claimed to have seen it, but the 7 witnesses who were present at the castle to document the incident were Thomas Sandby, the founder of the Royal Academy, his brother Paul, Tiberius Cavallo, Dr. James Lind, Dr. Lockman, and 2 unknown women. The sighting was recorded the following year in Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society, 1784, who relates what the witnesses observed. Quote, "An oblong cloud moving more or less parallel to the horizon. Under this cloud could be seen a luminous object which soon became spherical, brilliantly lit, which came to a halt. This strange sphere seemed at first to be pale blue in color, but then its luminosity increased, and soon it set off towards the east. Then the object changed direction and moved parallel to the horizon before disappearing to the southeast. The light it gave was prodigious. It lit us everything on the ground." End quote. And this is on House and Wise by Vicky Verma. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.